So you could see in that video that is featuring this team right now, them hanging on that hanging bar and then getting up the ramp. Hopefully they can make some extra points out of this game. Clearly they did it, and it looked like they did it with ease.
Yes, I'm really excited to see them compete. And they are up competing with...
Looks like Yemen and Myanmar over on the Aqua Alliance.
Yep, and they're up against Greece, Ethiopia, and Gambia on Team Hydro as they all scramble for those balls right at the end of the field.
Getting an early jump. Okay, out of that starting gate, it's a 5-point lead that they've got, but likely from that penalty. Again, penalties are going to be awarded 5 points to that opposite team, and it may very well have been because a team jumped the gun. If you end up getting out onto that field before that whistle blows, it's an automatic 5 points to that other team.
Yeah, and as you've seen in some of those games, 5 points can really mean the make or break moment in these scores. But as we go on into the game, you can see a couple teams dropping off their blue water particles. It looks like we have one team that's attempting to go up and drop off those red contaminant particles into the laboratory.
So in terms of this team from Uganda, we had actually asked for a little bit of insight from each one of the mentors that brought these teams together. And the mentor of that team, Dr. Peter Leiting, believes that exposing the youth to multicultural contexts is not just a hope of society, but it's actually a requirement in a globalized world. And I think that that outlook is something that is not only true, but something that I think through an event like this kind of translates to that larger global community.
It definitely does.
So we got about a minute left of action. Again, if we get that telestrator up, this middle part of the lower third that I showed you earlier on, you see those bars starting to raise themselves up a little bit, but right now we're only in that bottom section. That is, in essence, where they're trying to put the contaminant balls up into that lab. And if you see Team Greece up there right now, we're zooming in on doing just that. So you're going to start to see this board starting to work its way up a little bit right in the middle, hopefully in terms of getting those points up on the board, but also getting those contaminant balls to stop flowing. We've got about 30 seconds left.
And once they get the contaminants to stop flowing, they also have to remove all contaminants from the river. So it's a very difficult task that we haven't seen many teams able to compete yet, but hopefully we'll get some of those in the later rounds.
I was going to say, we're just starting up round number 2 right now, and each of these countries is going to compete 6 times, so hopefully they learn from these first couple of experiences.
And so right over here in the last few minutes, we have Team Aqua. All 3 of them are trying to hang. We currently have 2 up in the air, and hopefully on that last one from Team Myanmar, there they go. They have 3 robots hanging. Over on Team Hydro, it looks like we have 1, hopefully 2 able to get up in the air in these last final seconds. And so we'll get the final scores up here in 1 second. And so congratulations to Team Aqua. That 60-point bonus from hanging really brought them up and winning with 79 points to 44.
Next up in the booth, we have with us the mentor of Team Latvia. His name is Danny, and in reality, he's a Canadian physics teacher, if I'm not mistaken. Danny, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So what made you want to volunteer as a mentor for a team that is different than your own? How did that go about?
Well, I've been living in Latvia for 6 years. I'm just a physics teacher working in a small community, and the students wanted to make a robotics team. They tried to find somebody in the school to do it, and I'm the unhappy soul that had to put up with them.
Well, you certainly don't look unhappy with the way that you're beaming from ear to ear right now. How do you feel seeing this team compete on this international stage?
I'm over the moon. They've made me extremely proud of the students and of the country that we're representing. They've done a really good job.
And you know what you've also done a really good job with is the raiment that you're all rocking at this international competition right now. I saw you come in yesterday in that opening ceremony, but in addition with the practice rounds, these jackets that you're wearing are absolutely awesome. They're radiant, just like your team as they compete out here. So thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure to get to talk to you.
Thank you very much.